on December 20th, 2024, we authorized a business transaction in the amount of $6 billion that hasn't been executed yet. We are going to be processing this at a later time once our financials are in order. Once everything is all in order, and Grand Theft Auto 6, the next title in the Grand Theft Auto GTA franchise, is we are aiming for 25, but in the event that we have to readjust for 26, these funds will be transacted for either an undisclosed, undetermined point in 25 or 26. We have been informed of a financial hardship, a family hardship, with our close contact, Mr. 28, also known as Aaron, or Aaron, also known as Mr. 28. We have been briefed about. I have been briefed about this. Our president here has briefed us about, or briefed me about the situation, which isn't a come lately situation. It happened back in 2019. Aaron lost his father suddenly to cardiac arrest. From that point forward, everything deteriorated in his household. His mother suffered, descended into psychosis. Mental illness or mental health wasn't good, and he took care of his sister for a few years. Situation which is typical. Obviously, every situation is different. There are different factors. There's different. Everything has different variables to it. And this is not something that we do, or for that matter, any business, any corporation. This is very unheard of. It is a offering that we are happy to do, but I want everyone to understand that we are doing this for the best intentions of not only Aaron, but his family situation. We've been briefed, or I've been briefed about his backstory, everything that he went through, as I just explained prior. Aaron also has a sizable amount of respect for the GTA franchise. Is my understanding. He's assisting with the development of Grand Theft Auto 6. I am at full liberty to disclose that. I will not penalize Mr. 28 in any way, shape, or form, given the situation. Had it been more of an off-the-cuff thing where there wasn't the case where he was having this financial hardship, I would be inclined to respond in a very different way, and it would not be received as. I wouldn't be happy. Let's just put it that way. But because of the situation and the fact that we are anticipatory of Grand Theft Auto 6, there is a projection that prior to the launch of this title, pre-orders are expected to reach $3 billion. I would say that is very accurate. I can't confirm that at this time, but the net bookings, if you are familiar with that, are expected to be between 7 to 8 billion for 25, or physical. Excuse me. Yes, physical 25. It's got to be physical 25. Those funds were then pushed to 26. So physical 27. Physical 27. 26. This situation is complicated. It's very complicated for me. It's very complicated for all of us. We want to make sure that everything's in place. We want to coordinate. We want to make sure. We want to minimize error. We want to make sure that we are doing this the way that it ought to be done, in a professional business manner. Uh, in my experience as a lawyer and with the legal system, again, this is something that probably would not fly in another company, but we are making an exception for Mr. 28, for Aaron, for his family. We understand that he's been vlogging regularly, engaging in journalism, and talking about his life episodically, from the point of when his father died on September the 13th, 2019, to the present, here in 2025. So, overall, the whole situation is very, very sad. We do feel for Aaron. We understand that Rockstar Games has some contact, has some ties with him. Again, given the situation where we are in right now with the the high demand, the hype factor, or just the fact that Grand Theft Auto 6 is so desirable. It's the most desirable IP on it's the biggest thing on the face of the earth right now. We are going to try to expedite this as best as we can, but we do want to make sure that everything is in place. We do want to make sure that we aren't operating in haste. We want to make sure that these funds are available. Again, this is a transaction of 6 billion USD, $6 million, which will be executed or transacted via check. Once everything is finalized, we will inform Mr. 28 of what he is to do. He will be signing a contract, which will bind this agreement. And we understand that there was a case before where, unfortunately, Mr. 28 was victimized by an instance of fraudulence. I was told somebody promised him a check on the amount of $10 million, $10 million USD. He was to make a deposit in the amount of $1,868.55, $1,868.55, with the promise that he would receive 10 million USD via ACH, automated clearinghouse, or by an electronic transfer from this part. Yeah, this part's hard to say. It's really hard to say, but between you and I, Rockstar North, the Bank of Scotland, and it was going to be executed via Chime, which is an online banking, not a financial company, it's through the Bancorp Bank, but through an investment company. He was going to receive those funds via electronic transfer. He was told a story that was basically had no weight to it, that was fake, that was misleading, and I personally don't approve of that. Obviously, I would say that there are just some bad people out there with bad intentions. Clearly, this person had bad intentions, and we are very, very sorry that Mr. 28 had to endure that in the situation that he's in, which we understand was very heightened at times. In particular, his mother had a very severe case of mental illness, psychosis, outbursts, destructibility of the house. Law enforcement was involved multiple times. Basically, the execution was bad execution. I guess members in his family didn't do enough. People didn't do enough. This part's very sad. Mr. 28 thought of committing suicide a few times. He hasn't done that. We're glad he hasn't. We would encourage him to reach out for help, to start building in his life. We also understand that because of the situation, he is his mother's main source of transportation. to her workplace. And that makes it very difficult for him to, as he says, have a life of his own. So we want to give him financial leverage. And again, this is not something that we are saying we are giving him $6 million. We are giving him a whole bunch of money, because you obviously do not earn money that way. You earn money. You earn money. You don't just get it. You earn it. So we are hoping that this will be what Mr. 28 needs. This will help him out significantly, and will help him to have a life of his own, to do the things, basically rebuild. We understand that he is concerned about his mother's mental health and wants to secure guardianship for her, which is personally not an easy thing to do. You know, when you talk about the lawyers and the legal system, and the lawyers that are willing to take on a case of that which doesn't yield a lot of profit. You know, lawyers want to take on cases that, at the end of the day, people are in business because they're in business, and lawyers want to take on cases that yield the most profit. I don't agree with that, but it is what it is. Not two legal counselors aren't the same. But in that situation, we do understand, we do feel for Aaron, that all of this has fallen on his shoulders. We want to provide him with financial leverage. We want to mitigate the problems that have become problems, that shouldn't have been problems, that became problems. And we just want to help this gentleman out. And we think he's earned it. And there will be many, many people that disagree with this, and will say that and everything else. But at the end of the day, we are moving forward with this. We are happy to do this, and we hope that this will help to stabilize Aaron's life and the life of his families.